Welcome back to the SKD practice page here in Painesville. It's at halftime and it's Tony FC trailing 1 ahead in the hands of liscr FC. And Abraham Kamara kicks off. Tatos here, Julius Quayle turns close up by Marlon Harrison. This is Solomon Zia. Kamara goes ahead, Zakagle. But this is James Kamara now. James Tappet. James Tappet gets away. He goes down. The referee whistles that he was fouled by Sam Jackson. Substitution. James Kamara is on for Tony. And Sam Jackson is on for FC. Wow, some good pace players on, 2 pace rating players for both teams, James and Sam Jackson on the pitch.
Yeah, good for the two teams. You got to add some spice to the attack. That's what they're doing now to start the second phase of this game on a different note. Let's see what happens.
So there's free kick. Izaki ball swings one hard. Kamara goes there. Still tries to do an overhead, and Tommy Songo brings it down. That was sailing behind him.
Yeah, he knows how to do his job, and you know he's got that height, so he goes to air and calms the situation. But he had a player putting him under pressure. I think he absorbed that pressure. And he did so well.
John Momo getting away, finds Dokia. Dokia placed it behind for Sam Jackson, but Solomon Zia goes there. And Sam can get on top of that. He's trying to use him pace it to draw Joseph Mento down and introduce Sam Jackson, probably to provide some crosses in front of goal.
Joseph had a knock at the end of the first half, so he couldn't make it. And I'm very sure that the reason Sam Jackson.
This is Tappet. James Tappet goes down, but the flag went up the anyway. The assistant referee actually waved the flag, so it's offside. What a connection! I thought Kamara would have gone on his own because he was 2 against 1, tried to pick the space.
Yeah, I think he had an opportunity to go, but he doesn't want to be a selfish player, so he tries to play. But sometimes you got to be brave. You got to take initiative. I tell you, I've taken initiative on that occasion. He didn't. He thought to make a pass. Well, in the end, he didn't see it through. Let's hope he's going to learn from that and see what happens next time around.
So.
I think the assistant referee, so tight, so close, just looking at the playback. Yeah, it was too close to call. But Tappet slips, and I think he kind of retro his angle a little bit, so he's been attended to by the medical team. He has to go on the sideline. That's the rule of the game.
Yeah, but let's say it's a fine game. Tony SC, too far, yet too close. They are down in this game by 2 goals to 1. They've got 1 goal deficit, so you can say that 1 goal, if they cancel that, they're going to be a bit closer and square this game up probably to an extra time or penalty. It's a fine game. Anything is possible. I always say it's the mentality of the players that is going to transform this game.
This game was still for the ATS, but switched to the SKD practice page. You think it was a good decision, maybe thinking about taking these finals to the communities?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, yeah, good decision for the FA. Brings the game. The FA now is bringing the game to the communities, and when you bring the game to the community, it's good. You have a large turnout. You can see around us here today, so it's good. I mean, good decision.
Besides, it was scheduled for the Doris Widows competition in Buchanan, later the thought of carrying it to ATS, and now finally they decided to bring it at the SKD.
Imagine if this game had gone to Grand Bassa County.
Can you imagine that?
Also looking at the proximity of the players too in the teams. Dokia goes down from the challenge. Not Dokia, that's Gawe to Julius Quayle. Chips in it, looking for James Kamara. But Daniel Toe using his energy I think that was just too much.
Yeah, that's one thing he brings to the game, Daniel too. He's got the energy. He's got that spirit to fight. I mean, I think he's helpful to liscr, and I know Coach Sam Shibley, that's why he's got him in this team, because his ability to fight, his ability to fill in those little spaces makes him a team player. And that's why, I mean, every coach would like a team player.
With Padmore is down, thinks he was fouled after going into with a wide clearance. As players, you have to be very careful with your own safety most times.
Yeah, I mean, there are times we say you don't take some risk. You know, some risk are just not worth taking. I mean, he's covered the ball already. But again, when you want to protect your team, when you don't want to concede, when you want to be a winner, you take those risks. And probably after the game, he looked back and he said, well, I shouldn't have. But it's all worth what you want from this game.
The shot comes in, and it's one number 2 for Tony FC. James Kamara turning behind Galway and struck it with his right, and they come celebrating right behind our metro booth. What a finish, what a goal. Absolutely a cracker from the very distance, but this was around 20 yards out. The stadium goes frenzy.
Well, James Kamara comes on. James Kamara changes the face of this game. We said he was going to add some spice to this game. He has done that. He comes on, and all of a sudden, it's 18, 19 yards away from goal. He puts his right foot to it. It beats goalkeeper Tommy Songo. And I just say, big game require big minds, good thinking, good creativity, good fight. Tony FC puts up the fight. Tony FC are back on level playing.
Of course, similar position where Rufus Padmore got the second for liscr. Now it's James Kamara picking it up for Tony FC, getting the equalizer here for his side. Good game, good goal, and good performance from Tony FC.
We have the match to play now. We've gone back to where we started from.
I did say so. I did say this game will live up to his bidding if Tony comes back in this game. Now this game is square. The players will have to rethink. They have to be more creative and bring something new.
And this is James coming forward now for Tony FC, but there are more blue shirts now. James Tapper tried to swing the angle. I think testing Tommy Songo once more. But actually, I thought liscr have set back a little bit deeper, leading 2-1. They've allowed Julius Coley to play, and James Kamara has come on to add on to the pacey attacking forward of Tony FC. No, now they got two ways to concentrate. Talking about liscr, James Kamara left, and James Kamara on the right hand side, and James Tapper on the left hand side.
So we have two teams doing the damage work here for Tony FC.
Yeah, you know, they've got Abraham Kamara. The Kamaras are back. Last time we saw them against Moscow FC on the night they won this game to be against Moscow. We saw how the Kamaras play. Maybe the Kamaras can turn and change the dynamics of this game.
I see the substitute goalkeeper is warming up.
That's Andrew Yanti. I remember him against Muscat FC at the same venue.
On the bench, he was the hero.
Sure.
He's so relaxed. He's so confident every time he gets onto the pitch. I thought that sometimes he get nervous when he's in these kind of big games. But Andrew came back and really put his team in a position of reaching this final.
Well, you can say nervousness is not in his DNA. I mean, nervousness, I would say, is not in his DNA. Anytime he comes on, anytime David James is in that kind of situation, you know, he gets the courage, he's buoyed up. You can see the spirit and the urgency in him. He wants to go there. He wants to fill the gap. You must be willing to do it, and you must have the spirit and the character to do it. I think Andrew Yanti has that in him.
Wow, what a game, what a match. This game is more than what it is. If you just look across the stands now, there are huge turnout, and even those watching us, liscr FC were leading 2-0. Now it's 2-2 here at the SKD practice pitch. What a resilient second division side, Tony FC. It's unfortunate that they are still struggling for survival. The long ball comes in from James Tapper. Tapper gets away, and he's straight from behind.
So another opportunity. Tapper was fouled by John Momo.
I think John Momo did well because Tapper was start getting ahead of him.
Tony FC.
Yeah. So it's around 20 yards from goal, 20 yards, approximately 20 yards from goal, but not direct to goal. But it's a good position for the man on the ground. I think he has to come up, but he's been attended to probably his injury because he's a favorite from that position.
I think that second goal has reawakened the spirit of Tony FC. I mean, again, you want to take a look at the attacking machinery, right? You've got Abraham Kamara in that middle. You've got James Kamara coming from one far side, either the right or the left. You've got Tapper coming from the other side. So you see that attacking machinery is so unique. You know, they easily blend and get in the middle of get in central defense of liscr. They're causing some havoc for liscr.
Gawit is out for liscr FC. Maliki Kroma
Emmanuel Davis is out.
A confirmation. And James. That's David James.
David James is out.
And he's replaced by Andrew Yenetu comes on for David James. A confirmation. Yeah.
And here is the thing. I'm thinking whether the Tony FC coach is looking forward to penalties. Probably. But I think it's too early.
There's plenty of time to go. 55 minutes.
Start making another substitution. Darius Doka is out for Benjamin Doe.
Benjamin Doe comes in now. I think they're trying to. They've run down of steam now, so they're trying to probably include a lot of energetic players. Sideline. Who's going to take? Is that Izaki Bobo to take for? Yeah, it's Izaki. No, not Izaki in the fight. Number 20, that's Emmanuel Kuba. Kuba shoots and Tommy Songo almost got beaten. And he goes there, he pounds it away into corner. It's corner kick.
If it games, you've got to be creative. You've got to try goalkeepers. And Tony FC are just doing anything they can do, everything they can do to catch liscr by surprise. It's another one of those trials for Songo, and he stood up to this one on this occasion. It's a corner kick.
Songo is vulnerable, but they have a corner to defend.
Now you see, Tapper bounces the ball. I mean, the player, when he bounces the ball, he's communicating. He knows where he's playing that ball.
And Heller comes in. This is James. And it's getting away. Maliki is there. Frederick Dennis goes there. But not Frederick. That was Yeke. Marlon Harrison trying to get away. He's to his ground. Good defensive work. And the ball is there looking for Sam Jackson. That's Rufus Patmo. He got a goal in this game. But he hasn't been so exacting most often.
Did you see his signal? What he's telling is that somebody should have been moving diagonal. You know, nobody's moving. If nobody's moving, why did you play? Boy, he said, I thought somebody was moving diagonal. You can see the communication amongst those players. He knew what he was doing, but unfortunately, nobody moved diagonal. It's a wasted ball.
Frederick Dennis having all of the time now on the ball. I don't know why, because Sam Shibley thought that his men should play deep. Now they're chasing the ball.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's what happens sometimes to your team. I mean, you don't have to be. You can't be 2-1 up and be so confident and show that you've won it. You've got to show some respect to your opponents, Moses. I mean, Tony FC, if you saw this game, they kept James Kamara on the bench. They knew that if he came into this game, or if he came into this game, he would have caused some stir. That's what they've done. And they turned this game around. The spirit is of the urgency is there. They think they can win this game.
I think this should not be a repetition of the quarterfinal against B Mountain, where Tony FC came from 2 goals down.
There's a Sam Jackson, she scored! Oh, off the post. But the offside flag was raised anyway. Yeah. But most times you have to be exact, finish it up, and see whether maybe VAR can or the assistant can root in your favor.
I just love the creativity in this game. You know, I just want to see Liberian clubs representing Liberia. It's a strike! Yeah, Moses, sorry. I was caught in the commentary, but again, I just want to see Liberian clubs representing Liberia at this level. I mean, showing class against other clubs from different countries. You know, when our game is up, then you can be a proud man. You can say, I come from a good country to play good football. That's what we're looking for.
And James Kamara just danced around Deka Glay, but Deka kept his pivot. But Kamara was forced to shoot wide. looking probably to test Tommy Songo once more, but that went wide of goal.
Yeah, that guy did the right thing. You have to delay him. You don't have to rush into him immediately because probably you have the skill. And as you delay him, you got one or two players supporting you from the back to start to close him down. Unfortunately, there were only two. Kamara found that little space. Kamara struck it, but it wasn't a good one.
Ezekiel Tamal is on the line to come on. Don't know who is coming on for. Ezekiel Tamal from Tony FC. Come on. So that player is being stretched off. The player is stretched off the pitch. I don't know who's that. I think it's James Tapper. Tapper can continue. He already got a goal in this game. So he comes, he's been replaced by Ezekiel. Kamara has so much to prove because the man who he's replacing already has a goal. This is Ibrahim Kamara. Kamara playing it behind and chasing for Tony FC. Was the number 4 for the ball is there. James Kamara, Ibrahim Kamara was trying to control. Kamara was trying to control. And I can tell you, liscr are vulnerable. liscr biting their tongue, maybe waiting for a full time or so and going into added time or extra 30 minutes of post-match penalties.
Well, liscr should develop the character to take this game beyond Tony FC. They are a first division team. They must show that they are a first division team. They come from the elite football group. They must exhibit that character in this game. I'm not sure they are doing that. Tony FC, I think they are more spirited, more focused, more fighting than liscr in this game.
Absolutely, it's liscr FC. And you know what, Tony has been so disciplined, they prevented creating set pieces around their goal area because, you know, and this is Lakers Sam Jackson. Jackson turns around in the 18-yard, but plays on the face of goal and is cleared of the dangerous zone by Tatos. Yeah,
you talk about that discipline where they don't want to get set pieces. I'm sure they must have a lot of training ground because in football we say your training ground is your game or is a reflection of your game. So your game tells you, or tells everybody what to do at your training ground. I think it's something they've practiced on their training ground and it's clicking for them.
This is Tamba getting into action for the first time. He comes on for James Tapper. Rufus Padmore will take on him. Tamba getting away. Tamba goes back. He's been tackled by 3 liscr FC players. Yeah, he did well. He did well to track them down deep into their half for them to get a throw-in.
liscr will always double team. That's the game of Sam Shibley. But here they come, Tony FC.
Jefferson Yeke goes back to Izaki Bobo. Bobo onto Frederick Dennis. Dennis looking for Ibrahim Kamara. Kamara brings it down. Kamara looking for Tamba. This is Tamba. What can Tamba do? Squares it. And Kamara goes there. James Kamara, that would have been what we call it, a pushka.
Yeah, it's an acrobatic, you know. What he did not do is to lean a little bit more on his back, you know, then he would have gotten the chance to
do a perfect bicycle.
He stood up high and it made it difficult for him. So technically he didn't do something right, you know.
His elevation seems quite static in that instance. Yeah, you have to float. You have to float that sometimes. You have to float sometimes. So this is Kamara again. Frederick Dennis chips it to Kamara. He's headed down. Kamara can get away. Yeke getting away. He's been sandwiched in the process. But Frederick Dennis, he gets away. Frederick, he's down on the ground. And the referee should signal because you don't play the ball while you are on the floor.
It's Julius Quelly.
Julius, in fact. Yeah, Julius Quelly.
Well, ever since James Kamara came into this game, he's changed the dynamics of this game.
This is Marlon Harrison. And Solomon Zier came in with a wide sliding tackle. The ball is in to touch. Is it a goal kick or the corner kick?
What do you make of James Kamara? I mean, ever since he came into this game, trust me, he's lifted the spirit of Tony FC, and I think he's my man of the match for Tony FC, so to speak.
Before James came on, changes game.
This is Frederick Dennis moving forward. Kamara is there, looking for Tamba. Julius. Yeah, Julius. Yeah, that's Julius. Just lost his foot. Sam Jackson. Yeah, Sekou. Looking for Sam. Diakagle. On to Maliki Kuma. Kuma plays it. Looking for Daniel Toe. Clipped from behind. Good call by the referee.
He's clipped from behind. And he knows it's a big game. They got to stand up to it. Those little tackles. Yeah. He wants to go and run his marker. He's clipped from behind. It's a foul. Yeah, good call from the referee.
And Logan has done well. He's always giving a close and tight marking to Daniel Toe.
And I'm still wondering, Moses, why did the coach of Tony FC take off David James?
I don't know. Probably he may have gotten a knot like Joseph Mento in the first half. So Maliki is intercepted, but Maliki comes out, wins it. Patmo looking for Tikla. Sebastian comes back in, finds Maliki, trying to control the ball. Sekou, you don't allow him to play. Every time he plays, it means that liscr offers something different.
Yeah, he's got this sleek, fantastic left foot. He wears the number 10 for them. He should be the talisman of this team.
And he's been quiet so far. He's been Tony team him from being lively in this match.
I think he's just keeping around him, making it impossible for him to have his day, have his scheme. And it makes it difficult for liscr to spark off in this game.
I think what coach Chible has done is to make him rove around the 18-yard box. He might get some dead ball. He might get some loose chances. And he could strike like he did. He was prevented from shooting on goal, but still a room for Sparkmo in the first half.
Yeah, and it's a plus for him. But what Tony is doing is to continue to read him, read his movement and keep close to him. And I think it's making Tony game better because once you got shot control, Sherry under control, you got some advantage in this game.
2-2 the score line here. 65 minutes, 25 minutes plus either time. Plenty of time to go still in this game. Maliki Koma, Dekagle. Clay posts one high low for Marlon Harrison. Nyanti. That's Nyanti. Yeah.
It's Andrew Nyanti.
Andrew Nyanti comes up.
Against Muscat, he was fantastic. And he might just bring some different life into Tony this evening.
So they referee.
Should I be saying afternoon?
Yeah, I think it should be evening now. We passed 17 hours. It should be the evening now. Yeah, so the player is down. That's, I think, Tatossier. Is that Tatossier or the captain, Solomon Z? So waiting for the referee and the medical team. So far, the enthusiasm in Liberian football continues to rise bit by bit and gradually.
And it's going to rise, it's going to grow and grow because, I mean, not many persons expected Inter to be around by this time, but we've added some spice to this game. The facilities are developing. Mr. Raji has got 4 years to go. He's got a new EC member. I would say majority of them are new. So he has a new team to work with. The question is, what do we expect from them? When they leave after 4 years, what do we have? So they've got this challenge on their head. They must do something for Liberian football so that we can be encouraged to go to the venues. So yes, a lot is going to change in Liberian football in the coming years.
Watch out for Intel Sports exclusive. We're going to have Intel Sports 1, 2, 3, 4 at different venues when the next league season gets to unfold. Watch out. We're going to bring you quality broadcasts of all of the league matches across the world. And
we're taking the lead in rebranding Liberian football.
Liberian sports, watch out also for basketball.
Yeah.
The LBA championship is on, and we might just be still in there to come.
We are the brand new boys on the block, and trust us, we've got everything it is. We're working hard. We're still doing some test transmission yet, but we're getting there. Very soon, it's going to be done and dusted.
We are here for the passion of sports. That's why we are the first and exclusive sports television in Liberia. Daniel Toe, he's been tackled there by Logan Jefferson Yeke. And Daniel Toe will commit a foul, but the referee said no, Maliki Kuma. He's tackled by Jefferson. Who for Spambo, Sekou Sherit. Sam Jackson now. Trying to rub his legs. But Jefferson Yeke. Redrenis looking for it, but Dakagle brings in. They're looking for Kamara, who got some pace and good ability to shoot. Daka goes in with an experience, trying to get some free kick, trying to get some set pieces. The TC now for their marksmen in those positions.
Yeah, they're looking for some set pieces for Sheriff in those positions. And remember on the first occasion I said Dake keeps coming up. And the reason why he's coming up is because he wants to find something. He wants to get 1 or 2 falls, and in those delicate positions against Sekou Sheriff something to do. So Sheriff is on the ball. Let's see what happens. That's what they've been looking for. They've been looking for that little opportunity to strike gold. Can they strike gold on this occasion? Well, it's up to Sekou Sheriff.
That's approximately 35 yards, I will say. 35, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he can go for goal from here. I don't think so. But if he does, that will be very ambitious. But he decides to play the ball through the area, and Dakagle is the one chasing behind, and it's just being sent across by Tatos here for a corner kick. That was smart.
Yeah, I believe you. He didn't go for goal. What he did, because he had 2, 3 of his men in that angle. So he drifted the ball in that angle to see whether any of his teammates could get in it. But unfortunately, the ball into touch.
The ball goes into touch, so it's a corner kick across the goal line in front. So Sam Jackson, one of the decent young players, and the ball is across, all the way over the crossbar. Disappointing moments for them.
Yeah, disappointing moment for liscr. Perhaps, you know, from the parents, liscr on paper were the better team before they went to this encounter, but they haven't really, for me, lifted up to expectation yet. It's still 2-2. It's on level pegging. Let's see who's going to break the tie.
Who's going to break the tie is the question. At the moment, it's Tamba. Tamba goes back to Tatosye, Jefferson, Yeke. They're allowing them to play now. Frederick Dennis, he's shifting left and right. And Frederick, I still remember. No, yeah, I thought there was Frederick. Frederick is in Amrach. And Tommy comes out, pounds the ball away.
Will always come out on that occasion. I mean, and that's what I talk about, those area balls. And they get an advantage. Yep.
I think it was a good call by Savannah.
They
gave you
good decision by the referee.
Good decision because
You are around the goal area.
yeah, he's claiming his foul.
Yeah, you got
but the ball
numbers
goes to his teammate. So the referee plays the advantage. Nothing's wrong. Good call.
Okay. And it's
I think the fans of liscr will be in the performance of Sam Jackson. Since the introduction, nothing much from him.
Yeah, unlike since James Kamara came on for Tony.
Sure.
And Tony FC president has promised $1 million Liberian if this team wins the FA Cup for the playing team. That's something remarkable.
Big money. Big Liberian money.
And they've lived up to it. The surprisingly went down 5 minutes on the clock, looking for Tamba, but John Momo was there to step forward.
Yeah. Thank you, Moses. Moses will now step in as my analyst. Alongside Wayne Gaga, we are still here at the SKD practice pitch. It's 2 apiece. liscr 2, Tony FC 2. James Kamara is lying on the floor. He might be, is he wearing up in this game already? Because ever since he came on in this game, I think he's added some spice to this game. James Kamara, trust me, he's performed remarkably for the few moments or the few minutes he stayed on the pitch. And I think he's demonstrated that character, James Kamara, ever since he came on the pitch. And he's doing extremely well.
Like I told you before, James being introduced, the performances with the past club, IFC now, Life FC, looking at the position on the table, he was among the top was shot. So James shifting to Tony FC performs very well. And it's excellent year against Leicester FC. Keep on score the equalizing goal and getting a lot of damage work done here for Tony FC.
The game is still alive here. Momo pushes the ball to Glay. Daniel Toon. Takia Glay. Liscr will move forward. They led this game 2-0 and allowed Tony to come from behind. This is Tony James. Come on! Slick set, save by Tommy Songo. And that's what we talk about James Tamara. When he finds his way in front of goal, he doesn't hesitate to strike a goal. Right foot of James Kamara, nice save, and the save from Tommy Songo is exquisite.
Of course, James big things here, working and brilliant save as well.
Well, Liscr survived by the skin of their teeth. James Kamara once again strikes and Tommy Songo saves. Long one, looking to find his teammate. But Andrew Yanti is underneath that ball for Tony FC. Titus here, long ball, trying to resort to some long game. James Kamara is on it. This could be trouble. This could be saved by Tongo. James Kamara strikes. Tommy Songo responds. And it's a beautiful match here this evening. And it's played deep into the half of Liscr. And again, Liscr left dangerously for a moment. But Tommy Songo stood up to that one. But James Kamara, you can credit him. Ever since he came to this game, he's changed the dynamics of this game win.
Brilliant saves from Tommy Songo, keeping Liscr defense on their toes. James Kamara, Tony FC cannot just rely as James Kamara and Ibrahim Kamara living up here for Tony FC.
Yeah, Tony FC have lifted this game. And it's Tongo who has stood, but this is Daniel Toe. Daniel is fouled. Liscr gets a free kick in another delicate position. Sheku Sharif again, he's hobbling for that ball, he's moving for that ball, but it is Tommy Songo who has stood up to the occasion on two separate occasions. He stood up for Liscr and made those brilliant saves from the right foot of James Kamara. And that is why Liscr is still living in this game.
He must be credited for that, keeping them at 2 levels. Say bad.
But they will come some 10 meters away from the halfway mark. Tony FC. Quiddy. Place it. Back to Quiddy. Tony FC. Momo. And Jackson comes back. And Liscr, the question is, can they win this game? They are the first division team. They come from the elite, and they must stand up to it. Tony FC have got the courage to win. This is Jackson, Sam Jackson. This is Liscr, and Sam Jackson is pushed. Sam Jackson is fouled. Again, Liscr get another free kick in another delicate position. Liscr might just win this game tactically, some way, somehow.
Tactically, they are increasing. And Sam Jackson now coming on live bit by bit. This is what the fans of liscr expect of him. Sam Jackson, as they know, the troublemaker, the dunkso driver, he has committed.
It's a free kick for liscr. Sam Jackson foul. Sheku Sheriff is donning at number 10 shy for liscr, and he is on that one. The goalkeeper, Andre Yanti, he's been brilliant since he came on. We saw his brilliance against Muscat on the evening when they qualified to square up against liscr. We are again witnessing his brilliance. But trust my words, Tony Songo has stood up to this occasion. And if it wasn't for Tony Songo, liscr would be down by this time.
So, I don't think.
He came 1v1 with James Camara, and he stood up. In the meantime, it's a free kick.
Sekou would not go direct. He might flip that ball on top of the wall. There you go, saved by Yanti. Pat mode, long strike, great save, Yanti.
And they get some lifeline. They survive this one. Tony FC survive another onslaught. Let's go. Daniel Toe, he will fight. And it's liscr who are fighting hard to get into that penalty area. And it's Tony FC player lying on the deck. You can sense something is running through the minds of the players now. It's nervy for everybody. And it's an indication that we're inching probably closer to this game, and somebody is trying to play the game. Probably they want to take this game to an extra time. Well, who knows? But I think we still got some bit of who thinks he's got it. Might just be, taking the wrong way. Anything is possible in this game. Chances have been created. We might just get another goal in this. Tire legs in this game. Psyche of the players, it has to be strong by this time, because it is when, it's around this time when players start thinking differently, when they start to think the right way, when a lot of things are running through the minds of the players, and that's when you need to remind them, we are almost there. We're not there yet. It's liscr! And it is a left-footed boy. It's was it Malo? Yeah. And he struck it. They just sneak for another corner kick. When too many corner kicks, Tony FC, they must be careful. Sheku Sheriff, another left-footed player set into the half of the bar, and they head it, and it's cleared. This could be trouble, but Tony survived by the skin of their teeth, and they will attack. This is James Camara now. Tony FC on the break. Chips. This is James Camara. He lifts it back, and Rufus Patmo comes and rescue liscr. Jefferson finds James Camara onto Quilly, and it's a foul. It is a foul. Physical nature of this game is up, and it's really, really up. The boys are physical, and you can sense that there is something at stake in this game. It's slots. Yeah, for the CAF Confederations Cup. It's in their minds. It's singing, it's playing on them. You've got to get enough flight. You've got to represent Liberia. Who doesn't want to go there? That's what is at stake in this game. for the ball. And it's James Kamara, Tony FC. This could be. Yeah. Tommy Songo. It was an offside, but Tommy Songo lifted up to it. And that's what he brings to Liberian football. This height.
His experience.
His experience.
So we have 6 plus added on time to play for.
6 minutes plus added on time. Liscr, Maliki looking for his teammate down the side, but he doesn't get it to him. Titus here leave it for Andrews Yanti. And Tony FC will play deep into their own half. And it's a tough game.
So Tamba, who was introduced, Tamba will be substituted. I can remember him. Has been substituted.
Sharif, still Sharif. Liscr on the edge. Liscr, Jackson. Liscr is squared and it's well defended. Still Sam Jackson. And it's picked up by Tony FC. That's what they do. That's what they know how to do on the break. Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson! Saved by Andre Yanti.
The technique in that ball and also the movement of Andrew Yanti.
Yeah. Jackson turns right. Jackson wraps it with his right foot. Andre Yanti sees his Andre Yanti goes and save. Good game. Maliki. It's not Maliki, it's Daki Egle actually. Daniel Toll is fouled. Did he? Or was he fouled? Well, and the referee, Savannah Garnett, has left up to, she's a FIFA badge referee, and that's what you need. Big games require big referees, big players.
And she's the deputy chief referee of Liberia.
Right. Yeah, I think she's done a great job on the big night in Liberian football. This is Momo. Liscr. Too much time. When Liscr needs to move forward, Daniel Toe. Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson. And Sam Jackson, too much time there. In the dying embers of this game, you need to stand up to it. And I think Sam Jackson, having stood up to this game, apart from that splendor he just took that was saved by Yanti, I think ever since he came into this game, he hasn't really stood up for Liscr.
And I think the players of Liscr will be disappointed.
Yeah, they will be disappointed in him. On the other hand, Tony FC, they will be happy with James Kamara because he's transformed this game for them. He's brought them back on level pegging ever since he came on.
Is
2-2, if you just join us, if you're reading our scoreboard on our screen. Again, Tony FC will look for those long balls. Patmore, Daki Egle, Maliki, Momo, Liscr across the halfway mark now, looking for Marlon Harrison. It's not a good one for Momo.
too high.
Now, on the night when liscr were favorite on paper, they are not proving their supremacy. They come from the elite. But there is a question about whether the gap between the two is wide. It's not wide. I think Tony and she are proving that the gap between the two is not wide.
1 minute. The gap is not wide. It's not really wide, but the status of both teams makes the difference. These guys are in the first division, while Tony are in the second division.
Here they are. This could be trouble for Tony. liscr survive. Maliki, fantastic football from Maliki. Fine Sheriff. Sheriff's looking for Marlon Harris there. But picked up by Tony. This is James Kamara. James will strike. James will strike. And it's off target. James Kamara causes Momo some panicking scenes for liscr Football Club. And every time they try to find Sam Jackson up front, they don't get him perfectly, unlike Tony FC, who are really locating James Kamara and they connected him perfectly.
And Pamut had the first attack, and Central Reverie, Savannah Garnett signals a whistle.
Yeah. Savannah Garnett signals for the end of the first half. Moses is going to join us soon to do a bit of analysis, but it's been a fantastic game. It's come to an end. We might just see, some other, extra time in this game probably. I think we have the visibility. Do we? Tony FC, I think they live up to expectation. They fought a strong battle here. They came from behind 2-0 to get it on a level peg, and they're taking this game to extra time. Anything is possible with this set.
Sure, anything is possible. Anything is possible, yeah.
What do we have on hand? What a big game on hand. We saw liscr taking the lead twice on two separate occasions. We saw Tony fighting to come back in this game. We did say Tony will come back in this game. Tony fought hard. Tony picked up this game. Tony came back in the second half. They got the first goal, made it 2-1. James Kamara came off from the bench. He turned the screws and brought Tony back on level pegging. Made this game a never game for liscr. And I'm asking whether liscr are up to the task.
What a massive game. This is what we call a final match. If you look across, it's going to be extra 30 minutes. It's been confirmed, and it's a final in Liberian football. If you just look across, this was the margin. Everyone thought that liscr will win. But nevertheless, there is nothing impossible in football, especially when it comes to a lower team playing an upper hand team. I still remember in 2003 when Mayweather played Manchester United in the FA Cup Finals. They lost 3-0, but with pride. 45 minutes, no goal. United were biting their tongue with Eric Cantona, Ryan Giggs, the likes of. But today in Liberia, it's astonishing and important final. Tony FC went down, but they were not deterred. They came back very strong and said, you know what, this is what we want. This is the trophy we want to fight for. Promised $1 million Liberian by the CEO, Tony Daniel. He's just been elected executive committee member. So coming to this game, I was surprised that James Kamara will be reduced to the substitute bench. I think I raised it just before the start of.
Yeah, I think it was a tactical move, and I love that tactical move by Coach Otis. Sometimes you don't put all your guns in, and I just say, a team that has a good bench is a team that has depth in quality. Every football team must have depth in quality. When you look at your bench as a coach, you must have the player who are capable of coming on the field to cause stir. So the one coming out must be as good as the one coming in. So if you just choose a player to play for you in the first half, equally so, when you look at your bench, you must have somebody to replace. And I think that's what he did. James Camara comes off the bench, and everyone who criticized him for keeping James Camara on the bench is not, giving him the praises he deserves for bringing James Camara on to put them back on level play.
He got some blow. He lost Tape as soon as Camara came on the pitch. That would have been a more added addition to his squad. He was supposed to bring in Tamba, Ezekiel Tamba along the road. But absolutely, let's look at the color. You're a technician. You saw liscr in the opening 15-20 minutes. They kind of closed down Tony FC. They didn't give them a breathing space. Julius Kweli and Jefferson Yeke, the two men who are the engine, the two players who create chances for Tony FC.
Yeah, I think
they close them down, but going forward, they let them play loose. They let them have their own way, and Julius now is shifting from left to right.
And I think that's where liscr lost the spirit of this game. When their pace dropped, when they stopped chasing for those balls, when they stopped double teaming, when they stopped shifting in those left and right channels where Tony were playing those balls, I knew there would be some problem. Tony still has, to me, their fitness level is far better than liscr's fitness level.
But I think it's because of thanks to two big saves from Tommy Songo. James Camara on both occasions.
Again, that's the moment. Those were the moments of the game. Tommy Songo, got liscr in this game. Tommy Songo got liscr in this game. Take my word to the bank. If it hadn't been for Tommy Songo, liscr would have been down by now.
liscr would have been down. We're back to where they started. Extra 30 minutes to play in the finals of the Petrol Trade Cup. 2-2. The score line here. 2-2. The score line here.
Going for extra 30 minutes.
And it's on the far side is liscr breaking away now. I see a substitution for liscr FC. Number 2 comes on.
That's Mickey Morgan.
Mickey Morgan. Sekou Sherry will be withdrawn. Wow. It's not his day.
Yeah, it didn't click well for Sekou Sherry today. He tried everything he could, but he's got another crafty player, Mickey Morgan, that he's bringing on. Mickey comes on. Maybe just it could change the dynamics for liscr.
Now liscr, Tony can drop players in front of their goal area. It's not going to be much of a problem because their dead ball player is off the pitch. Talking about, this is Andrew Yanti, very relaxed. He's a kind of kind player. He's calm always. I love what he does. He's never panicking in situations like this. So this throwing on the far side for Tony FC. Is that Izaki Bobo? Will come. Kagle is held by James Camara. Camara goes down, thinks that he was hustled from behind. I don't think the referee may like to bat into that for a penalty. On the far side, this is Daniel Toh. Daniel push one hide in the area. Goalkeeper Nyanti comes out. On border at all, just picks it up, and nobody is there for this.
It should be caught in the crossing, but when you stay behind the goalkeeper and you have a ball coming from the right side, what the goalkeeper does is just move into that little space, block that passing channel to you, and he picks the ball up. Good goalkeeping for Andre Yanti.
The cross too close to the goalkeeper and fight deep into 6-yard out. You probably don't want to have the attacking players getting on top of that. So there's 2-2 the score line here. James Camara offside. The assistant referee waves that Camara is booking offside position. Assistant number 1. The referees are doing well, Wayne.
Sure, they are on top of that game here to the brilliant decision, brilliant calls being made by the team of referees.
I actually love the penalty call by Savannah Garnett. She took her time, waited for a few seconds, waiting to see her assistant can wave or flag before she takes the decision. That's what teamwork does.
Yeah, teamwork does. She needed that confirmation. She needed to be on top of everything. She didn't want a controversial call. Yes, and there wasn't controversy on that call. And that's what you do on big occasions.
Tony FC, this is Tommy Songo, the captain of liscr, finds John Momo, this youthful player, the lad, put it on the legs of Sam Jackson.
Before the kickoff from the goal, Otestano of Tony FC was shown a yellow card by Savannah Garnett.
This is the captain, Solomon Zia. Zaki Bobo push one. Daka Glay couldn't control, but it's Julius Kweli. Kweli goes down. I remember the lad and Frederick Dennis now on the records of Ed Marak in Sudan when they had the midfield for
Tony FC. Yes, I can remember.
He was scouted, Frederick scouted, playing for the Lone Stars of Liberia against Egypt.
Yes.
The shot comes in, cleared of the danger zone by Momo. Come on ahead of Zia. Kamara goes there. That's Ibrahim Kamara. But Tommy Songo will pick it up. We're looking now to see maybe what's the best bet. Do you think we go to post-match penalty?
My take is we might just end up with penalties. I think the legs are tired. I can see from those players. But we could just
This is Madison, placed it behind, looking for Daniel Toll. A brilliant recovery from Izaki Bobo. Frederick Dennis, I love him when he's on the ball. He got his own time, take his own time. Cleared up the danger zone. Daka Glay can chase. Maliki Kuma picks it up, gives it to John Momo. Momo making his way across the halfway line in the semi-cycle now of Tony FC. Push the ball high, Izaki Bobo touches it, and Daka Glay can pick it up for liscr. But James Kamara goes there. Frederick, not Frederick, but Julius Kweli. Kweli, long ball. But Tony trying to play the long ball now. They sat deep, they got less men up front.
Yeah, I think they still think, James Kamara has got that pace to explore, and maybe find his way in behind that defense, and they just want to keep trying. In the meantime, it's a long ball into Tony's half. And it's liscr, and it's cleared by Titus here.
Cleared by Titus here. This is John Momo, his sandwich. Tony FC, Rufus Patmo, he's forced back to his center back. On our far side, let's see who's there. Gets away, and it's cleared. Poor delivery from Daniel Toh. He's still on top of it. Can he deliver a cross? It's blocked once more, and it's a cross for a corner kick.
Yeah, I think Daniel Toh has been the most stubborn in the attack of liscr. That's why I think he's still in this game. His energy level still up to this game, and I know Coach is aware of that, and he senses what Daniel brings to this game. He doesn't want to bring him down. Good game for him today.
Good game, but they have a corner kick. Sam Jackson push one high. Daka Glay is there. The shot comes in from Mickey Morgan. He scores those kind of goals unimaginably.
I remember him against Barack Young the last time in the Barrack, but then scoring from similar position. But they still keep on trying.
It's craft for craft. When you bring Sekou Serif down, you bring Mickey Morgan on. It's not a fine substitute.
This is Kamara Ibrahim, James Kamara. They're saying, here am I, but they're right.